Now, have you ever scrolled through your phone and realised you have plenty of people you could call? The dentist, the doctor, the accountant, your adult kids, but no one you could call just because you've had a rough day or something funny happened or you didn't want to feel so alone in your own head. Now, if that landed in your chest a little, stay with me because this video isn't about what you've lost. It's about how to gently, realistically rebuild what comes next without exhausting yourself or pretending you're fine. And I want you to stay until the end because I'm going to help you to see where your next people might already be waiting. So if you're ready to find some friends, this might just be what you need to hear. Now let's be real for a moment. Most women over 50 don't fail at friendships. Your circle didn't shrink because you're difficult, boring, or broken. It probably shrank because you were caregiving, you were married, partnered, or raising kids. You went through a divorce or widowhood. You moved, or you were surviving, not socializing. See, friendships often live inside shared seasons, and when the season changes, the people fade. Now, that doesn't mean anything went wrong. It means life happened. But here's the part no one prepares you for. When the noise quiets down, the loneliness gets loud. And loneliness isn't just sadness. It's fatigue, it's self-doubt, it's that ache of thinking, God, if something happened to me, who would I even tell? So today I want to give you 3 gentle, doable ways to rebuild connection without forcing yourself into situations that drain you. Now, if the idea of putting yourself out there makes you want to curl up and hide under the covers, well, you're not alone. But here's the good news. You don't have to start with strangers. See, research shows it's actually easier and more successful to reconnect with dormant ties. You know, people you once liked, people you were friendly with, people life simply pulled you away from because the trust already exists and the awkwardness is lower than you think. But most women assume, oh, they probably don't want to hear from me. Now, let me gently challenge you on that. Honestly, most people are quietly flattered when someone remembers them. So here's your only assignment for this step. Think of one person you haven't spoken to in 5 years or more. Not your best friend, not someone complicated, just someone safe-ish. And you do not need to explain your entire life. If you want, you can send this exact message. Something like, hey Sherry, I saw something today that reminded me of you, and I just wanted to say hello and I hope you're doing well. That's it. No backstory, no pressure, and no expectation. See, you're opening a door, you're not pushing yourself through it, and you know what, if they don't respond, well, that is information, not rejection. Now, this part is important. See, a lot of women will go to, let's say, a conference, a lecture, a workshop, or a festival, and then leave thinking, well, that didn't work, did it? But friendship doesn't come from one-offs. It comes from repetition because your nervous system needs to see the same faces again and again to feel safe. So instead of asking, where can I meet people? Ask, where can I show up regularly without thinking too much? See, what you're looking for is weekly or bi-weekly, not monthly and not when you feel like it. Some examples are things like, let's say, a Tuesday morning walking group, a weekly game of mahjong, a Thursday volunteer shift, or a regular gym class at the same time. And here's the magic part. You don't have to be interesting. You don't have to overshare, and honestly, you don't even have to talk much at first, because consistency does the heavy lifting. Familiarity creates connection, and slowly, without forcing it, someone starts to feel familiar. Now, this is especially for you if you're grieving, healing, or just plain tired. A lunch date can feel like a 2-hour performance. A big commitment can feel overwhelming before it even starts. So we lower the stakes. Instead of, hey, let's get together sometime, try, I'd love to grab a quick coffee, and say this out loud unapologetically. I only have about 45 minutes, but I'd love to catch up. See, this does 2 powerful things. Number 1, it gives you an exit so your body can relax. And 2, it models healthy boundaries right from the start. See, real connection doesn't require endurance, it requires safety. And here's something important. Not every coffee turns into friendships, and that's not failure. It's just called sorting out things. See, you're not trying to collect people, you're listening for ease. So let me ask you something. If you would, I'd love for you to answer it in the comments. What is one hobby or interest you loved, let's say 20 years ago, that you quietly let go of? Just one, because that answer might be pointing you towards your next circle. And hey, if you stayed with me this far, thank you. You know, that tells me something about you. It tells me you're not done, you're just in between. You're not rebuilding your circle from scratch, you're rebuilding it from truth, from who you are now. See, loneliness after 50 doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means you're ready for connection that actually fits. And remember, you don't need many people. You just need a few right ones. Now, if this video helped you feel a little less alone, let me know by liking it, as it really helps this channel to reach women who might need it the most. So take good care, and I will see you in the next video.